TOEFL Integrated Writing Task. Writing based on reading and listening. For this task, you'll read a passage about an academic topic. A clock at the top right of your screen will tell you how much time you have to read. You should take notes on the passage while you read. The passage will then be removed, and you will listen to a lecture on the same topic. As you listen, you should also take notes. You will be able to see the reading passage again when it is time for you to write. You may use your notes to help you answer the question. You will then be asked to write a response that asks you about the relationship between the lecture to which you just listened and the reading passage. Using information from the reading passage and the lecture, answer the question as completely as possible. Please note that this question does not ask you for your personal opinion. Your response will be judged on the quality of your writing and on the completeness and accuracy of the content. Unintended consequences. Nothing illustrates the principle better than cigarette taxes. They've been in the news a lot lately as state governments try to close their deficits, at least in part by hiking the tax paid on each carton or pack of cigarettes. In 2002, 20 states implemented higher excise taxes on purchases of cigarettes. There have been more than 80 cigarette tax hikes since 1989 in the United States. The immediate consequence of hiking taxes, it is hoped, is more revenue. There are often ancillary impacts, however, that are not anticipated and that have negative effects. Smuggling, theft. In Europe, there have been murders over cigarette smuggling and financing terrorism. Regardless of the unintended consequences category that a policy fits into, we now know that large cigarette tax increases in a number of states have led to at least 3 ancillary problems that must be reckoned with. They include interstate smuggling, theft, and channeling. Channeling simply describes changes in the way people obtain the product they seek. Rolling your own is a good example. In Michigan, sales of kits to help people make their own unfiltered cigarettes have leapt. The most pertinent of these 3 is smuggling. Smuggling has traditionally been associated with moving goods across international borders to avoid paying duties or tariffs on the product. Indeed, the earliest recorded cases involve smuggling wool from England in the 1300s. Smuggling, however, does not have to go across international borders. We banned alcohol and had smuggling across state and county lines, and even today, alcohol is smuggled across borders to avoid excise taxes. The Tax Foundation has, to their great credit, been tracing the effects of cigarette excise taxes on the increased use of contraband or illicit, also known as illegal, tobacco in the United States since 1960. They estimate that in 1962, when the average cigarette tax was just 26 cents on a pack, 1997 constant dollars, 5.6% of all cigarettes were procured through some type of cross-border activity. In 1997, when the average cigarette tax was 35 cents per pack, 7.8% of all cigarettes were obtained through cross-border activity. Today, the average tax stands at 60 cents per pack. What impact would an average 71% increase in the cost of cigarettes have on smuggling? The Tax Foundation has not yet calculated the exact change in cross-border activity resulting from the latest hike in excise taxes. Executive Director Scott Hodge of the Tax Foundation believes it will be dramatic. Edward Hudgens, a regulation expert and adjunct scholar with the Cato Institute, estimated in 2000 that profits made illegally from smuggling cigarettes ranged from $10 billion to $17 billion. Why should state legislators be concerned about this unintended consequence? By increasing the price for cigarettes via taxation, legislators announce to the world that there are profits to be made in the illicit delivery of cigarettes. Price acts as a signal to producers to make more or less of any product. In this case, a price hike tells smugglers that there are profits to be made running cigarettes between 2 areas. One, a low-tax area, the other, a high-tax area. Consider as an example North Carolina. In the summer of 2000, FBI agents raided a house in Charlotte, North Carolina in an action dubbed Operation Smokescreen. Inside, they found cash, weapons, including shotguns, rifles, and an AK-47, documents written in Arabic, and cigarettes, Lots of cigarettes. It appears that the raid was on a house that was used as a base for smuggling smokes. The smuggling operation exploited the tax differential between North Carolina, which has low cigarette taxes at 5 cents a pack, and Michigan, with high taxes at 75 cents. It is now $1.25 a pack. Incredibly, the profits gained from this smuggling operation was used to buy terrorist equipment. The next big unintended consequence you will be reading more about in the coming years is the counterfeiting of cigarettes themselves. The Chinese are now exporting cigarettes designed with the look and feel of Marlboros and Marlboro Lights. At Long Beach Harbor last year, custom officials report a tenfold increase in the number of counterfeit cigarettes uncovered over 2001. Remember, this is just one port and one brand we're talking about. Not even Philip Morris employees can tell these apart from looking at them. And the counterfeit tobacco is often laced with things that shouldn't be there, such as sawdust. There are serious policy implications of going to the tobacco well for revenue. And I have only been able to mention a few of them here. The reason that well-intentioned officials keep trying such policies is because they may either not understand the adverse consequences, don't care about them, or have a view of the role of government that is not consistent with the limited one envisioned by America's founding fathers. Read the question below. Use the remaining time indicated to plan and write your response. Your response will be judged on the quality of your writing, as well as how well your response presents the points in the lecture and the relationship to the reading passage. Typically, an effective response consists of 150 to 225 words. How is the information in the listening passage related to the information in the reading passage?